I'm going to try to convince him the defense is on the rise.
You are Locked On Bulldogs, your daily podcast on the Georgia Bulldogs. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Let's unmute that mic. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Locked On Bulldogs podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. We've been doing this for a handful of years now, and we are professionals. Today's episode brought to you by the friends over at Game Time. More on them in a moment. He's Clint. I am Daniel. We are the Locked On Bulldogs podcast. One of the best produced podcasts on the internet, really.
I'm not going to look. Somebody told us the other day, it's like ESPN with all the production we had because they were behind the scenes and they knew it so well. So glad you're here.
Glad you're here. He's Clint. I'm Daniel. Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. Your team is the Georgia Bulldogs, or it's the Texas Longhorns. Texas fans,
we know you're here. It's
how are you doing?
You have nothing else to do, but you want to come on here. You want to get in the comments and you want to tell me how good Arch is.
How are you doing? No, tell me more about you. Today, though, we are talking about one more set of thoughts from this Florida game. We're going to look back. We're going to review. We've had some time to digest. Yeah. I watched portions of the game again. There are portions of the game I did not care to watch again.
No.
Totally honest with you. But we've got a lot that we want to discuss. I think paramount among that, Clint, is the running backs. We did say we did not get to the running backs on the overreaction show. At least a solid segment needs to be devoted to this crew in the backfield. Yes. Nate Frazier, I thought, came out of the gate playing really solid football. You look at the yards per carry stuff and the numbers, and it doesn't really do justice, I thought, what Nate Frazier was able to do in that game. Cash Jones, I thought, made a pretty big impact in the game. Again, if you're a stat sheet watcher, well, what about a 15-yard pass interference penalty that Cash Jones single-handedly draws on a ball? Again, Gunnar Stockton did not have his best game. A ball Cash Jones had no chance of catching, by the way. He sees where the ball is. He sees where the defender is, and Cash simply, veteran that he is, throws his body into the corner, not looking, draws a 15-yard penalty on that opening drive, leads to a touchdown. I thought Dwight Phillips got some early run. Obviously, he had done some things in practice the coaches liked, or they had a couple packages for him that he liked. Didn't see a lot of McCray in this game. And then Chauncey Bowens, the finisher, the closer. Ooh. He's the Kira Sedgwick of this backfield. Where would you like to start? There's like 9 people that are going to get that reference, and I guarantee you they're all going to cackle hysterically. Where would you like to start in discussing this backfield and what we saw from them on Saturday?
Two things I want to start with. I want to start with Kirby's philosophy on running backs, and I want to start with the offensive line and what we saw from Nate Frazier as well as Dwight Phillips. Because this running attack, I don't care who you are defensively. We will go up against anybody's run defense just fine. The stats aren't gaudy because Mike Bobo and Kirby Smart want to go ahead and have a balanced attack the entire game, which is why Gunnar Stockton doesn't have gaudy numbers. And no single running back is going to have gaudy numbers, but we are so markedly improved. We talked about the offensive line before this game. I thought they did well, but the running backs were able to do it. Nate Frazier being paramount in the first 2 quarters. The second half, third quarter, we did not find any rushing game whatsoever. I think we had 8 rushing yards the whole quarter. It was abysmal and horrible. But the offensive line gave Nate Frazier enough opportunity, and Nate capitalized. I see him running with absolute physicality. There's no indecisiveness with Nate Frazier anymore. I think that's what prohibited him early on in the season.
This is 100% it.
And I think the fumbles actually came because he was kind of trying to play the game and see where it's going to go. Now he is tucking, he is running straight at people, and he is churning legs, Daniel.
It's harder to strip the ball out of somebody's hands when they're running like a speeding bullet. Yeah. Like straight at you or straight by you. Nate Frazier was doing too much of this. And so when you're standing still, guy gets his arm and it's easy to grab the football. I think you are absolutely right. That's the word I was going to use. And so I'm glad you did. The decisive running from Nate Frazier early. Again, it's hard to say best game of his career or whatever, but I really like it's so much so that.
Here we go.
Okay, I'm sorry. The booth showed Quintavious Johnson sitting on the bench and said, "Looks like Chauncey Bowens may be dealing with a bit of an injury here. We'll have to ask about that." No, that ain't him, son.
It's the other 33, but nice try.
So, but I wasn't even mad about the fact that we didn't see Chauncey early because Nate was really handling business.
He was decisive in the holes. He was hitting the gap. And when he was contacted the line of scrimmage, I think this was really, really crucial for us in the first half. He is churning out yards by not being able to be taken down by one defender. It takes multiple defenders. I thought he had breakaway speed on the outside. And when he didn't, I thought his cut ability back into the tackle box was exceptional. He's not afraid of contact. He's not just a 1 foot in the ground and seek daylight. He's actually a guy. And I think this comes back to what his ability to take coaching, which is my second point I want to get to these running backs. Yeah. Kirby and Bobo and staff saying to him, "Hey, kid, you have to get yards instead of waiting for other guys to come around. Because if you get stood up and you're not active, that's when all the friends come along." Florida's defense, we've talked about this, has a number of talented guys on the defensive front seven. They're a very, very talented unit. Just like Auburn, I'll fight anybody on this. And yes, Texas fan, I'm saying this to you who's already here. Auburn has the best defense in the nation. I'll fight anybody because of what they were put, the positions they're put into by that offense and by Hugh Freeze, who's no longer there.
Yeah, it's because their head coach, DJ Durkin, does a really great job of coaching up that defense.
DJ Durkin is the best DC in the SEC, hands down.
By the way, I heard...
Yeah.
I'm going to save it for the second segment.
Finish
on these running backs.
Because Nate Frazier and Dwight Phillips, this goes back to the coaching philosophy. If you take coaching and you have a week, you will play. Point blank, period. People trying to go into like, well, what are we going to gain out of understanding this running back rotation? It's simple. You take coaching. Nate Frazier was dead on the bench and left off the bus for his fumble issues early in the season. He took coaching. He's running hard. He's having good ball security. So guess what? He gets run. And when he gets run, he's making impactful plays for this entire offense. Dwight Phillips, the same thing. Chauncey Bones, the same thing. It just, that's the way you want it. You don't want, well, he's our guy. We're going to stick with it. Ahmad Bradshaw, the kid at Mizzou, he's good. He's talented. Ahmad's good.
Good kid.
But when you're the only thing and you're the bell cow, he had, I think, 17 yards in some big game, 17 yards total against a couple of marquee opponents. Goes quarters at a time not being there. You want this mentality where it's get into the week, get Bloody Tuesday onto you. And if you're tracking and taking coaching to keep this offense going, balanced attack, you will get in the game. We saw passing out of the backfield. I mean, I am beside myself happy with this run game. And if we have a lead or we're behind, that's what's wild to me as well. Running games, usually you want to shorten the game, take it off the clock. Y'all, if we're down points, we can still run the ball, and those are explosive scoring opportunities.
Chauncey Bowen's a home run hitter.
So yeah, we're down 14, and we gotta hurry up. We gotta get on the ball. We gotta go no harder. We gotta no. Keep running the offense because the offense can score points running the ball at a very explosive rate. We wanted the Taco Bell runs, Daniel. We are seeing them in big ways.
You got to be careful what you ask for, but we got the Taco Bell run. Somebody clip that and use it. We'll be right back to talk a little bit more about this run game, about Chauncey Bowens, about what he means to this roster, and what I heard my friend from Auburn say to me today.
Here we go. But first, I want to let you know about Game Time. Game Time's fantastic. You should get over there right now because football is back. We couldn't be more excited. Actually, getting tickets can be a bit of a battle. Endless queues, hidden fees, prices jumping at checkout. That's why I use Game Time. App that gives advantage back to the fans. What you see is what you pay. Zone deals are fantastic. Pick the section, Game Time picks the seats, and you save big. Take the guesswork out of buying college football tickets at Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use promo code LOCKEDONCollege, $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, that's promo code LOCKEDONCollege, $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download Game Time today. Daniel has a couple of thoughts from some friends at Auburn and had a little thing that he wanted.
Listen.
Okay.
Auburn's down bad. Okay. We know this. This was not supposed to be part of the conversation today. The Auburn game is in the past. Texas fans are here, but they gone ahead and fired Hugh Freeze, who is, by the way, a good Christian man. I want you to know. The Auburn fan base wants you. Auburn, are we still on that? Are we still on good Christian man now, Auburn fans, or can we level about some things that happened about a little burner phone? Auburn fan looks at me today, and he says, if I had to have one coach, full disclosure, he didn't say this to me. He said this to another person, but it was relayed to me. If I had to choose one guy, top of my list as a coach, Glenn Schumann.
Daniel, look, Georgia fan.
And I said, make me an offer. Let's get this done.
We're not trying to belittle somebody. I'm just seeing what my eyes are telling me. And it's a step back in a massive way when we were ascending before to a every year stout defense. Mm-hmm. We're now, that's no longer there. I heard the same thing. One of our, Brandon Olson, actually I was talking to him, Florida, Locked On Florida, saying no one is talking about Glenn Schumann. He gave me another name, which by the way, I'm going to hold in my hat that he's talking, boosters are saying. It's a wild, if it happens, oh boy, Lane, you got a run for your money. But Glenn is rumored to be Florida as well. Tons of reports coming out about that, which is wild to me, Daniel. But like, okay, great, cool. It's a win-win for everybody.
This is just like a blind Kirby hire. Then it's just like whoever Kirby's DC is will hire him. We'll just take it.
Mel Tucker, great for UGA. Loved Mel when he was there. Sure. It seemed like he had some inconsistencies when he went elsewhere. Maybe that's the kindest way I could say that.
Inconsistencies. Yeah. Okay. Those are some things to describe what happened at Michigan State with Mel Tucker.
Can I talk to you?
Yeah.
When I rewatched the film again.
Okay. This is what this day is about. So go ahead.
I want early odds that I can make a bet, if I could buy stock, if I can talk to you for the rest of this year, because again, the needle is pointing way up. But if I can give you a projection of the ceiling for Juan Gaston and Glover, Daniel, these two guys are nastier. I know that we elicit the name like Ben Cleveland when we talk about nasty. I get it, and he was. Ben Cleveland looks like a giant teddy bear compared to these two men. They seek finishing moves on every single guy they're engaged with on the field. And most often, 90% of the time, they are accomplishing their goal of wiping them out and putting them on the ground.
It creates the Taco Bell runs, and it's really a Mortal Kombat situation up on the offensive line. We are looking to finish him like immediately on that, especially as it pertains to that right guard. You know what you're going to get out of Micah Morris, which, by the way, Florida, take another cheap shot at Micah Morris for me at the end of the game. Please show your true colors. Please. It must hurt.
It does hurt.
It must hurt.
By the way, Florida fan, I gave out therapy sessions. They all took me up on it, Daniel. I'm now charging $600 an hour to do
it. Must hurt to be down so bad. Your literal father just keeps having to discipline you year after year after year. Sometimes you lash out. You know, that's what children do. Sometimes they lash out. It's because we love you that we constantly make you suffer like this every single year, Florida. Yeah, this offensive line is physical. Ernest Green did not have the best game. Monroe Freeling did not have the best game. But
no.
On that interior, I got 4 dudes and I only got 3 spots, Clint. They are solid and they rotate in. The bodies are fresh. They seek contact. They're great in pass pro.
Yeah.
But they excel in moving and driving the pile forward. I mean, it feels like for years Georgia has struggled on short yardage runs.
Yes.
Georgia does not struggle. And part of that is McCray. He's a great short yardage back. But part of that is this offensive line. They're constantly getting push. And the defensive front is holding up better than I've ever seen on short yardage runs, as was evidenced late in the game against Florida. That when you play exclusively close, heart attack inducing football games, which Georgia, that's it. That's all we got. Hey, we play Mississippi State on Sunday, Dog fans. It'll probably be a blowout.
By the way, have you seen the early game line for it, Daniel?
I have not. Enlighten me.
Yep. You want to take a guess?
Georgia is probably favored by an insane number like 9.
7.5.
That's way too many. I would not lay.
This game is going to be a 4-point game maximum.
Listen to me. I will tell you when to lay 7.5 with Georgia. Charlotte. That's the game that I will allow you to lay 7.5 with Georgia. If not Charlotte, you tell me.
This line, these linemen that are rotating in, Daniel.
Sorry, I was just going to finish. When you play these types of close games, it's that line of script. It's that short yardage one way, short yardage another way. That's the difference. That's a win or a loss. Like this is so important.
Maybe I'll wrap this up in the third segment because I think it's really important. You want to look at the statistical analysis. We crushed Florida in every single category in this game. Penalties even. Florida fans still scream about penalties and refs screwing them. Georgia got bogus phantom calls against them all game. It was ridiculous. Okay.
How about a holding call on Dylan Bell when he literally strikes a man? Like he hits him with his shoulder. He strikes him and the guy bounces off and falls to the ground. If you want to call a block in the back, which it wasn't, that's one thing.
That would make more sense.
You can't call holding when he never grasps him. He hits him with his shoulder. And they call a hold, and it negates a huge play.
It was ridiculous. So we can go there. But here are the plays. Mm-hmm. A horrible punt. Yikes. Atrocious. Worst of the season.
His second punt, by the way, he punted it 80 yards.
Correct.
Net, like from where he was standing when he punted it. He punted it from the 10 to the 10.
The interception that was on Noah Thomas. The fourth down that we got pushed back. Like there were so many of these weird plays that happened. The PI in the end zone that wasn't PI at all. No. On a ball that was not catchable by any stretch of the imagination. Like not gave them life. They score on the next one. Ball goes in the middle. These are the plays that tip in the favor of chaos. And when you have a team that is able, like Georgia, to go ahead and get 3rd and short, 4th and short, Kirby keeps them on the field and says, no, let's go. He's saying that because I have confidence that my guys are tougher, nastier, and bigger, and will get the push. And this is the first time we've seen this in 5 years. I think this is the first time in 5 years we've seen an offensive line this nasty that Kirby says, give me my big guys. I don't care if they know we're going. Let's get 2 yards right now, and I trust in you guys to do it. That's going to save our season down the line. I promise you that has already paid dividends in this game exclusively, but as well as down the line, it will.
You say going to save our season?
Yeah,
it has saved our season multiple times.
Multiple times. I know.
Our season should be over right now. Like if we should be done, but we're not. No. We got more to discuss about this Florida game. Can Georgia keep this up? Next.
But first, I want you to know about FanDuel. FanDuel is fantastic. You need to go over there right now to FanDuel. No better place to bet on the action than FanDuel. If you miss the start of the game, guess what? Don't worry. Live bets come back into play, even to the fourth quarter comeback. Combined bets, same game parlay for a shot at bigger payout. Keeps getting more exciting. Right now, FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. Head to FanDuel.com, sign up and play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA.
Clint, Kirby's the best coach in college football.
Hands down.
He's proven it this year. He proved it last year. Y'all, again, we're not trying to get out here.
This one, I might.
Just skull brag, people. Did you see the interception that he threw in overtime on the goal line? It was the most horrifying thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
How about the presser, Daniel?
Oh,
they were doing the same thing whole night. All I do is execute the plays that are given to me. Who knew? Kirby Smart last year showed that with a liability leader, with a cancer in the locker room, with a guy who doesn't care about anybody other than the license plate frame that he has around his car, which I guarantee you is bedazzled in some gaudy thing, because that's who that guy is. And something is hanging off the tailpipes that I can't utter on this show. Mm-hmm. That's the type of guy Carson Beck is. Gunnar Stockton's not that guy, but we've seen the best coach, and now he has a better team this year than he did last year. Maybe not a better defense, but certainly a better team than he did last year. And Daniel,
Kirby's just showing you week after week after week. He just is in these tight games, which again, Georgia refuses to play anything else. That's a character flaw on Georgia's part, just to be clear.
Sometimes they're like mixed martial arts or wrestling or judo. Like if you don't know much about it, there's these little intricacies that happen in all of these things where you could start seeing a guy get a little leverage, and all of a sudden you're like, oh wait, if he gets his hip out that much more, he's gonna flip this entire thing, get a reverse, and start dominating this match. Those small motions, because again, our team is not the one where we're just going to throw haymakers and bludgeon somebody to death after 30 seconds. Okay. That's not this year's team. It's Kirby Smart making these micro adjustments to pin a guy, to reverse a guy, because now he has that upper hand. And this is where I want to try to convince you.
Okay. By the way, it was November 3rd in the third segment that Clint used a jujitsu analogy, in case you have that on your bingo card. Like, I like to just track these things for the people that, like,
look, he has the beans that go to the egg that go to.
No, it's the magic pill that gives you the golden beans. There are people playing along at home, and I just like to help them track. If they're following this on audios, can sometimes be difficult. They're not subtitles.
This defense,
go on, convince me. I dare
one. I will not. Let me set the rules. I will not try to define this secondary as anything close to good. You will not catch me saying that. Okay, Daniel? So rule 1. Let me just.
All right.
Rule 2.
We had a pact. You said you would not call this secondary good. You shook my hand.
And I'm going to say where I'm seeing improvements.
You're not saying it's good. You're saying it's improving.
Great. Thank you. Giving us hope for the stretch run of these 4 final games.
Hope. Sure.
Yes, we do, because we just said Gunnar Stockton had his worst day 100%. As a Georgia quarterback.
He did.
Our offensive line was good. Our running backs were good. We had notable drop passes and a weird cocktail party that got sideways with emotionalism from Florida. They were juiced from the start. You saw on the defense. And our defense came up clutch in short yardage, in pass rush, and that's where I want to focus on the most. Daniel, if I can say one thing to you that will cure what I will call a bad secondary, no bones about it right now. We're a bad secondary right now. You're going to have to show a leaps and bounds improvement for me to ever say this year's team is good in the secondary. leaps and bounds. But what's going to calm all of those ills down? What's going to just go ahead and take us a second, take a breath, is pass rush. And I saw a number of guys. When we rushed 3, we were getting home. We were 4 getting home. I saw Glenn calling blitzes where he's faking with Raylan Wilson, dropping back and bringing corner, bringing DBs off the edge and nearly getting home and nearly forcing interceptions. This is the thing that all of a sudden good begets good, meaning the second you have success on defense, you can start rolling, especially with young guys, especially with guys that are learning. This pass rush, this was the best game we've seen.
Yeah.
DJ Lagway, notable for not making good decisions. They simplified the offense down in a big way. He had 1 or 2 reads, and that was it. They didn't do any motion. They didn't do anything like that. And our guys were getting home, just beating other men in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
I think that can continue ongoing for the rest of the year. And if it does, this defense is now opportunistic, feisty, cause turnovers, and on big third downs can get home, because that's what crushed against Alabama, by the way.
Really?
Pass rush.
Yeah.
That's what killed us against Bama. We would have won that game had we gotten 3 third down stops or any pass rush. Would have won that game.
Of course. I agree with you. And so it's not at all that I disagree. I thought Gabe Harris played one of his better games. I thought what we saw out of the blitzing linebackers was actually really encouraging. I thought what we saw out of the defensive interior was actually really encouraging in terms of just beating a guy, moving the line of scrimmage. You don't have to sack the quarterback. Georgia, by the way, still ranks in the 130s nationally in sacks. No, don't get me wrong. I want to sack the quarterback.
Yeah.
It's a drive killing play when you sack the quarterback. But you don't have to sack the quarterback. If you affect the quarterback, if you pressure the quarterback, what was so frustrating about this game, Clint. It feels like this Georgia team is always going to do just enough, but never too much. So, yes, we got some pressure. We got some pass rush. We forced DJ Lagway to, scramble for his life and heave some balls downfield. Oops. The guy downfield is just running free, wide open behind the defense because we got a safety that's 30 yards away from the quarterback and coming up like he's going to make a form tackle on him. What are you doing? You're not in the play. Why don't you do your job and trust that the 3 guys between you and the quarterback, one of them's going to tackle him. If he takes off and runs, they don't need you. Do you know where they need you?
Where?
Back there in the back, covering the guy that's wide open. That should have been a throwaway or a pick. Is what that should have been. He had so many throws that should have been turnovers or incompletions, but the secondary was just inept. And so that's the frustrating thing. While I totally agree with your assessment of the pass rush, I mean, I was going to ask if I'm crazy to feel this way, but I'm not going to ask that because it's my right to feel this way because I've watched every Georgia game so far. What I feel like is going to happen against Mississippi State is the secondary is going to ball out and the pass rush is going to be totally inept. Or we're going to give up 190 yards rushing and the pass D is actually going to be really good. What? Why would I expect anything else from this defense? They're going to do something good.
Maybe in the Tuesday episode,
really bad.
We're going to leave you this Tuesday episode. I was actually thinking about this with this Georgia team this year, Daniel, for the rest of the way.
Okay.
Throw out every metric and matchup analytic that is humanly possible for this Georgia team. I don't need it anymore. I'm going to start going with pure gut feel on the matchups from henceforward because nothing makes sense. And Florida's defense was trash in big spots in the secondary, and they showed up big, and Gunnar Stockton had the worst game of his entire UGA career. I did not see that coming.
No,
analytics said that shouldn't have happened.
This Georgia team's, if their moniker wasn't nobody gets the crap kicked out of them like we do, their tagline should be Georgia football. You didn't see that coming. That's the season. That's the whole season for Georgia. we got lots more to discuss. We'll be back later in the week as we go. Mississippi State coming up this Saturday, Texas the week after. There's a lot left to play for, and we'll be with you every step of the way. He's Clint, I'm Daniel, and we'll see you guys next time.
See ya.